What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Jumps and Spots. Today we're going to be taking a look at the map Horizon. This is not one of the best maps in Advanced Warfare. It is not one of my favorites at all, by all means, but if I'm going to play on this map, then I'm going to want to know all of the good spots, and I hope you guys are the same way, so we can make this map as fun as it possibly can. So we're going to start off on this back side of the map, then we're going to work our way around the outside, and then onto the middle of the map. I'm going to show you a lot of good spots that are really beneficial for search and destroy, and anything like capture the flag and stuff like that. So we're going to start back here. Like I said, so when you come back here, you have a couple main laneways where you're really going to be vulnerable, and there's going to be a lot of people camping out, trying to take out people running through these laneways. So this is a main one right here, as you guys can see. You can see all the way to that back top part, all the way over there, where a lot of people like to sit right once they come off of that main spawn. So we're going to show you, or actually I'm going to show you a couple good things that you can do to try and take out those people that are up there without leaving yourself very vulnerable. So what you can do is you can run around this side over here, and then you can also double jump up on top of this ledge here, drop down right here, and what you can do is you can go like this, boom, jump to the side, and then take them out like that, and they won't expect it at all because you're not even going to be seen if you're back here. It's a little bit easier if you do it like this, boom, like that, and then you can take them out like that. I've used that a couple times online, and it's really beneficial. Also, another thing is you can come to this side of this thing right here, and if they're sitting on that corner right there, which a lot of people they usually do that because then they can get a little bit of cover from that wall there. You can take them out like this, and then if you kind of move over to the side a little bit more, you can see more of that thing, and they won't expect you to be here at all. They'll mainly be watching all the way back here for people to be on top of this thing, and they're also going to be mainly watching for people to come out of these two doors right here. So definitely use this spot to your advantage, or if you want to rush it and just kind of push forward really quickly, you can use that, jump off of there, hit that there, and it'll push you out to the side, and then you can take them out while you're in the air once you land on the ground like that. Now I'm going to show you another thing that you can do from up here to take people out that are in this back room back here. So I'll show you just a second. So a lot of people like to camp out, and they like to snipe from that back window back there, and it's really difficult to get to them if you're spawning over here because they'll just take you out like this. And I mean, you're gonna have to like zigzag through these different poles and stuff to be able to get up to them. So one thing that you can do is you can go back up on top of this thing here once I go all the way back around. It is kind of a pain to get up on, and I'll show you something that you can do to try and get up here a little bit easier in a couple seconds. But if you want to take those people out, what you're gonna want to do is come up onto this thing here and then run, or just walk. Don't run. Walk over to here, and then as you guys can see, you can see all the way into that back window, all the way back there. So you have this pole as some cover here. The bottom of the pole here, I have no idea what this thing is called. You have this for some cover, and then you also have some of these nuts here for some cover, and then you can take them out like this, and they will not expect you to be up here at all. They're definitely not going to be looking up here, that's for sure. So now, like I said before, I'm going to show you how to get up on top of this thing quicker instead of having to run all the way around here. What you can do is you can come up here, jump to the side, jump up, and then you're up here, just like that. It's a little bit quicker so that you don't have to run all the way around if you're not on this side of it, but it also does kind of leave you vulnerable for if there is people up there. So if you're going to do it, you're going to kind of want to go a little bit quick. So now we're going to move on into this little room right here. So for search and destroy, when you plant the A-bomb, this room in here can become immensely important. So if you have that A-bomb planted, a lot of people, they like to sit inside this room, and honestly I do this all the time. If I plant it at A, I'll sit in one of these corners, so I'll sit in that corner or this corner. And when you're in this room, I never knew this, but I kind of just found this out. What you can do, so if you're in this corner, as you can see all the way to that back corner of the middle part of the map over here. And if I go into this part in here and I break these windows, it'll make it a little bit easier to see. So as you guys can see, you have these two top platforms up here, this one and that one right there, and a lot of people like to sit up there and they like to camp it out and wait for anybody to come in any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors, or come up into this main area up here, these kind of like server room thingies, and people just like to sit it out, and they like to camp up there, and those are really powerful spots if you can get into them. So if you're going to want to take those people out, and say you're in search and destroy situation or something like that, and there's people camping up there, instead of running into that middle area and leaving yourself very vulnerable and leaving yourself to be able to be spotted pretty easily, what you're going to want to do is come into this room back here, and you can sit in this corner here, and you can see all the way to that top ledge, all the way back there, and you can sit and take them out from here. If you move forward, you see a little bit more to the right of it. If you move back, you see a little bit more of the left. And then if you go over to the other corner here, it's the exact same thing. You can see all the way to that back, all the way over there. and you can take people out if they're on top of that platform there. So definitely use this to your advantage, especially if you're in a situation where there's people camping up on that top ledge up there or right there. Now if we move on over to where this A-bomb is, another really great area that you guys can use to lock down if you have this A-bomb planted is this little runway thing down here. Not a lot of people use this online, for a matter of fact. It is here, so definitely use it because this area will help you out so much if you have that A-bomb planted. So as you guys can see through this glass. Unfortunately, you cannot shoot through it, but I guess because it's hexaglass, you're never going to be able to shoot through this stuff. But as you guys can see, you can see all the way to this back corner of the map, all the way back here. And you can see on top of that little rooftop thingy right there. So definitely use this to your advantage. If you're sitting down here waiting for anybody to go up to that A-bomb up there, you'll definitely be able to hear them if they go to it to try and defuse it. You're also going to be able to see anybody if they run up this ramp here to try and get to the A-bomb, or anybody trying to jump up on top of that roof right there, or anybody just coming from that back corner of the map all the way over there. So definitely use this for anything in any kind of game mode, but especially for search and destroy, because it'll help you out so much with that A-bomb. Now if we move forward into this more back part of the map here, this little thing, this roof right here, like I was saying before, a lot of people, they like to go up on top of this roof here, and they like to camp it out and take out anybody coming from that back spawn point of the map who just like jumps up on top of that roof right there. So if you are going to go up here, like I said before, try and use this side as some cover, but I did kind of show you guys a counter spot, so I guess it's not really going to help out that much. But another thing that you can do is you can use this. It's pretty easy. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this, but you can use this for some cover if anybody's back there. But what I'm really going to show you guys is how to get up on top of this thing pretty quickly. So if you're coming like this and you're trying to get up here like this, it's decently easy, but you're not going to hit it every time. I mean, I can't hit it every time. I just got lucky there, and I got lucky there again. But what you're going to want to do to make it a little bit easier is I find it a little bit easier to do it from over here. Jump up on top of this box, this little box thingy right here like I just did. Climb up on top of that and then jump up like that. Makes it a little bit easier. Instead of trying to hit this every time, you're going to have to like jump perfectly straight up and then perfectly into that ledge like that. That makes it a little bit easier. Also, if you're trying to get over to that side a little bit quicker, instead of running like this and then jumping all the way up here like that to try and take anybody out, you can also use this to your advantage here. Just climb up on top of this thing, climb up on top of this, jump up, and then you're already on this side over here instead of having to run all the way around. Now I'm going to go back here and show you some counters to anybody who's camping out that top area behind that box there. So if you're back here, you have this thing as some cover right here, and then you can see anybody who's on that right side of the box over there. And then if you move over a little bit more, leaving yourself a little bit more exposed, but you can also see anybody on the left side. It would be right if they were up there. Yeah. And then if we move on over to this side over here, if you go to the front here, you have a little bit more cover, and it's a lot. I like this side a lot better because it opens up pretty much the entire thing, and then you have cover from this, and you have a little bit of cover from this too. You can take anybody out who's right there. If you move forward a little bit more, it opens up the entire thing, and then you can take anybody who is on top of that thing out pretty easily. Now if we move on up on top of this roof up here, tons of people like to go up on here, and I just completely jumped over the entire thing. But tons of people like to go up there, tons of snipers go up there, because you can see all the way to the backside of this, I'd like to call it a laneway, I have no idea what it's called, but you can see all the way to that backside of the map over there. So if you are up here, definitely try and use this pole right here to your advantage to give you a little bit of cover. One thing that I would suggest doing is, since a lot of people do like to come up here, one thing you can do is, it's kind of hard, but you see that little red thing right there? What you can do is you can fall down on that. And then if you kind of boost in, you can land right on top of this little ledge here. So if any snipers do go over to that rooftop right there, they won't even expect you to be on this thing right here. Then you can just take them out. 1, 2, 3, bing, bang, boom, they're done. Easy and peasy. Just use that to your advantage and you will take them out, no problem. They won't even expect you to be there. Also, one other thing, if you're sniping up here, instead of using this, I mean, this is good, but one thing I definitely suggest using is this little pillar thing right here. If you move over to the edge, kind of where this light thing is, and then you crouch down, as you guys can see all the way to that back B-bomb. So if you have that B-bomb planted, then you'll definitely need to use this here, because you'll be able to see anybody coming from this way. You're also going to be able to see anybody coming from this top part up here, and you can kind of take them out if they're up there, because they will have no cover. You'll have this as a little bit of cover, and then also that thing right there. If you have somebody sitting there, it'll be really beneficial to you, because you can sit here, watch the B-bomb, and then you'll have somebody sitting right there. So if anybody does try to come up on top of this rooftop, they'll be able to take them out before you get taken out. And then as you can see, if you stand up, you can see all the way to that back side of the map as well, and you have way more cover. You can also do the same thing on this one, although you do not have as much cover. But you can't even lay down on this one. Well, that sucks. Oh, there you go. But you're in kind of a prone block. All right, now if we move on down over to here, you can use this spot right here. So I have no idea what this thing is. It's like a little jet engine or something like that. But if you kind of crouch down right here, you can see this entire alleyway right here. Gives you a ton of great cover, and you can take anybody out who's coming from this alleyway here. And then also another thing that you can do is move right here, and then you have this as cover, and this is cover because they cannot be shot through. And then you can see all the way to that back side of the alleyway as well. Same thing applies for this side. If you move over to here, you can take out anybody coming in through that doorway right there, or just through that alleyway to the left of it, and you have great cover from these two little things right here. Now if we move on to this back side of the map, again, what you can do is you can use this thing as cover. So before, it was amazing. See these black things? They went all the way up. It wasn't these red boxes, and you could crouch down, you could see right through the black things, and it was OP. Baby, this thing was OP. Now it's still really good, but they changed the map a little bit, so you cannot use this thing anymore. They changed a couple other things too that I was going to show you guys, but unfortunately they changed it so you cannot use that anymore. But still, if you move to the right here, you have cover from these red boxes, and then you also have cover from the forklift a little bit, and then you can take anybody out coming from this back spawn over here or that back corner of the map all the way back over there. So definitely use this to your advantage because it will help you out. It'll help you cover this B-bomb if anybody's trying to come from this side, and then also if you have a sniper up on top of that rooftop over there, then you guys will be set. Definitely use those to your advantage because they will help you out so much. Now if we move over to here, I believe there is a C flag right here. So one thing that you can do is also you can use this forklift to your advantage. And this is a really, really powerful way for trying to capture the C flag right here. So if you're behind this forklift, it is really, really difficult to get killed from back here, and you can also capture the C flag from when you're back here, so definitely use this while you're capturing the C flag. Then you can take out anybody coming from the middle of the map, and if you move over to the left a little bit more, you have way more cover, and then you can also see a little bit into that area over there. So use this forklift to your advantage when you're trying to capture the C flag. Alright, now let's move into the middle of the map. So the middle of the map is a very, very high contact area. Tons of people, when they come through these doors, they just boost jump, and then they're up on top of this thing, exposed immediately to anybody who's up there, anybody coming through that door, anybody coming from any of the doors, and they're probably going to get killed right away. So definitely don't use that. One thing I do suggest though is using these ledges, so you can just run straight onto these ledges, and then you can just jump up on top of this thing, and then you have cover from this here, and you can spot everybody while you're running up this thing as well. So you come up here, then just jump up, and then you can take anybody out. Same thing applies for this side. So scout it out, make sure nobody's up there, and then you can run up, take anybody out like that, jump up here, and then take anybody out like that, and just continue on with your day. Really, really helpful. Also, these little platforms up here, everybody knows about these things, but definitely use these when you're playing on this map because they will get you quite a few kills. But just try and stay in the backs of them a little bit, and then kind of move forward like this just a little bit. So then you have a little bit of cover. I mean, there is no cover up here, so do whatever you can to try and survive. And also watch people from that room back there, like I said earlier. Alright, so that is it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Jumps and Spots. Horizon is not one of the best maps, like I said at the beginning. But if you're going to play on it, then you're going to want to know all the good spots to help you out. That is it for today, guys. Like I said, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video. And I will see you guys in the next Jumps and Spots video. Peace out and have a great day.